Then Mullah Yusuf Sahib Rahmatullah Ali sighs. He says, you don't have this much yaqeen. You don't have this much yaqeen that on 2 rakat salah, Allah will give you 2 loaves of bread, yet you want Allah on the same salah to give you Jannat. Allah's Jannat forever and ever you want through the same salah, yet you don't have the yaqeen that Allah will give you 2 loaves of bread on that salah. The garden of the salah of this ummah has dried up. The leaves have withered. The garden of the salah of this ummah is full of weeds and thorns. Shaitan has stolen the love of Allah and His Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam from the hearts of this ummah. And what is the tragedy? That 100 ringgit note we had in a pocket, if it goes missing, what happens? Whole day he's feeling his pocket, whole day he's crying, whole day he's worried. Why? My 100 ringgit is gone. Shaitan has stolen the love of Allah and His Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam from the heart. The garden of the salah of this ummah has dried up and still he is not worried. The perception of the loss is not there. This was that ummah that was given such a salah.
TBR, it is 90.4 FM in Durban, 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. It's coming up for 6:29 on this Tuesday morning, 5 days into May 2026. Going to be Tuesday the whole day today. Assalamu alaikum, Nazmeera. How are you doing?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. All good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Nice. Not that chilly in Durban. Still that tiny little nip in the air, but not that chilly in Durban, which is brilliant.
It is.
Brilliant.
It completely is. I disagree with you.
Well, I don't know. If you're driving with all the windows open and all 20 speakers in the car just blaring loud.
No windows were open.
No windows were open, but all 20 speakers were blaring loud.
The heater had to be put on.
Right? Already?
Yes. Soon you will see gloves.
Right. She's. If you're watching on YouTube right now, on the other side of the table, Auntie Nazmeera, Alpa Nazmeera to few, dressed as if we are doing the show in the middle of the Drakensberg during heavy snow.
I had to walk in this morning to an 18-degree studio.
Right.
And short sleeves on the other side of the table.
This is how we keep the equipment, operating at almost optimum.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how we do that.
I cannot operate at optimum.
At almost optimum.
We're sitting at 18 degrees.
Shame. There was a message that came through this morning, says intersection of Argyle Road and M4. There's a vagrant that was throwing debris and bricks onto the road. So urging, road users to be cautious. So a speculation at the moment is that he's maybe, quite possibly, we don't know this for sure, but quite possibly a former employee of DSW just trying to clean up his area. I don't know.
Breakfast rush traffic.
All right, let's find out for sure. Colonel Rauf, assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, and you?
When they phoned me this morning, so you sound a bit under the weather.
Right.
I'm under the table. You're worried about the weather.
Oh, but what's happening under the table this morning?
Let's start with the Cheltenham's forecast this morning. Durban to Pietermaritzburg looking good at the moment. There's nothing happening except for some roadworks between New England Road and Ashburton Road, bi-directional. M13 and from N3 due to roadworks from Peacevale going towards Hammersdale and the M13. There will be delays, obviously, due to the roadworks that are taking place. And remember, they've changed the incoming direction to go contra-flow on the outgoing carriageway. Still slow-moving traffic in that vicinity. In the Pietermaritzburg city centre, due to roadworks as well, there will be slow-moving traffic. Let's get into Durban now. N3. Okay, that one I've spoken about. Nothing's happening in Durban, except for the man who's cleaning up his backyard in Argyle Road. 10 people there to sort it out. So hopefully they will deal with it.
They're going to go help him out?
Let's move him away, Just take him
You know,
relocate him.
exactly. Relocate him to where? And it's not just him. It's all of these folks that don't have a place to live and find a space under a bridge or a corner.
Now, I have to disagree with you.
Yeah.
You know, I keep telling this to everybody.
Mm.
They say we have homeless people in Durban.
Homeless people in Durban. I've seen a few. Yeah.
What's your take on that?
I agree. We have homeless individuals in Durban.
I have to disagree with you.
Okay, you have to explain this to all of us that are listening in right now.
These people never fell out of the sky to be homeless.
Right.
They all came from a home. They have a home.
Mm-hmm.
They have a place to stay.
Maybe
they have chose not to stay there. They need to go back home, and we won't have an issue.
But what if one day somebody
let's not talk about social ills and being unemployed and so forth.
Okay.
You have a home to live in. Mm-hmm. It's better than living on a street.
What if these were people that were one day, maybe 20 years ago, put onto a bus and brought into the city and said, we'll give you a job and a place to live, and then that never happened?
You had 20 years to go back home.
Interesting thoughts there, Colonel. Thank you very much. We'll catch up with you a bit later on the show.
You know, another thing, sorry, before you
go. Go.
We are supporting the bad habit. I understand that we want to, give lillah and give zakat and feed people.
Right.
And people are hungry.
Yes.
It's a good deed.
Yes.
But we are breeding homelessness by actually doing this.
I do understand. For a lot of people, it's become their way of life. For a lot of people, they're getting cash basically at a street corner, whatever the case may be, and they refuse work. They refuse.
Have you noticed during Ramadan?
Yeah.
How many more Muslims could be, suddenly pop up at intersections?
You're probably hurting the feelings of a lot of people that are listening in right now. And the sad reality is that it is a sad reality that you're talking about. I remember sitting at a restaurant once, I don't know, takeaway, tea room, whatever you call it, right? And this was on Alpine Road or Argyle, one of the two down here. And this person walked in. Had a whole lot of money in their shirt or whatever you call it, and they just dumped it all on the counter, changing it for bigger notes basically. So giving them the smaller money, and these guys gave them hundreds and 200s. So I was quite intrigued, and I said to the guy across the counter, like, how much was there? And he says, oh, this guy was here an hour ago. He just came and gave me 400 rand.
Wow.
400 rand.
Yeah,
1 hour.
They're making in the region of between 1.5 and 2.5 a day.
Correct.
I like how it's worded,
Tax-free.
breeding homelessness. Because how often do you see little ones?
It's unfortunate.
3-4
Very
months
often.
old being carried, and then you see them growing into now 3-4 5-year-olds walking on their own across streets.
Yeah, this is true. Higginson Highway off-ramp from the
It's
M2.
a sad reality because sometimes you and I don't eat the type of food they eat.
Sometimes.
And they get 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
Where people actually bring food for them and give them, they must go back home. There's no need for them to be on the street. They all came from a house. They all have a mother and a father. They have siblings. They didn't fall out of the sky.
What if this person was just destructive in the home and the parents are now passed on and the siblings are like, we don't need to take care of you and your bad habits?
You're a human being. Look after yourself. Find something to do.
What if they don't have a home any longer? Like, through some circumstance along the way, life happened and the home is no longer there. There's no place to go to.
Unemployment is a big crisis.
You see, I spoke about that. Social ills, unemployment.
Yeah.
All this money that we're giving them. Build a building somewhere, a Waqf building. Get someone to look after it. Get these people to go live inside there so that you can get them, dignity, a place to stay. Find them work while they're there. All these things can happen.
The possibilities, as they say, are endless, but the realities at the same time might paint a different picture. Interesting thoughts this morning. Colonel, thank you very much for sharing them, and we'll catch up with you in a while.
The guy from DSW started the whole thing.
The guy from DSW, he's not from DSW, man. But anyway, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
TBR it is. Pictures coming through, Nazmeera Cassim, of this rainbow over Durban.
Oh, lovely. We missed this morning.
Yeah, well, we get you before, the sky is actually blue.
Stunning.
This is, I think, the third picture. 3 different people sending this to us this morning. The sky is just turning blue, and there's this rainbow over certain parts of Durban. I don't know where, you guys are that are taking these pictures and sending it to us, but thank you very much. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It's been a while since I've seen a rainbow.
Me too. And if you were not having the best of mornings, things should have changed by now.
There you go. Here's the 4th picture coming through of this rainbow. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Durban's enjoying this morning's sunrise.
The weather update. I think it's going to be playtime weather.
Right, partly cloudy weather for Durban expected today. Just paging through the app, 63% chance of rain later this afternoon. For the better part of the day, partly cloudy, 26 degrees. Pietermaritzburg, cloudy, 22. Richards Bay, a clear 28. Margate, cloudy, 23. Ladysmith today, a clear 21 degrees. Newcastle, clear, 23. Johannesburg from all of 7 up to a clear 19, and Cape Town partly cloudy from 11 up to 17 in the mother city. This is your breakfast rush as we get up to 6:39 if you're setting your clock. Messages that are coming through this morning says, I hope everybody's well. M4 raining, alhamdulillah. M4 is a rather long road, so just let us know which part of the M4 you're on. That it's raining. More pictures of this rainbow as well. In Pietermaritzburg as well. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous.
There. And that second image.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for sharing that. We do enjoy these pictures of the sunrise that comes through because it's been years since we've actually seen one from Monday to Friday.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a while, seen it in person, you know what I mean? Because around us, if we go, to a window or whatever, there's just massive buildings everywhere. So you don't get to really enjoy it. Anyway, Sarah Bibi Mustafa Parag, Salamu alaikum to you as well. I do see your messages coming through. M4 in the Clarewood area, Jazakallah Hafizah, says M4 in the Clarewood area, raining at the moment. So please do take it easy if you're driving out there. Abu Bakr Khan's on the road sending salams to everybody. Shamashina as well. MH Osman still in Johannesburg listening in via audio streaming. Anissa Ibrahim. If this is an office space, you've got a very high office. If that's your flat, sure, you're living high up in the building. Pietermaritzburg, absolutely
beautiful
lovely.
View.
Fawzi, be happy, be thankful. Jazakallah khair, Fawzi, for your message. And this is Farooq and Zinad Khan. Assalamu alaikum.
And Wahida says, Assalamu alaikum. Life is like a sea.
Yeah.
We're moving without end.
Yeah.
Nothing stays with us. But what remains is just the memories of people who touch us like the waves do.
Anissa says this from my flat. That flat is high up in the building, man. All the other buildings kind of look tiny next to it. But lovely, lovely sunrise. Thank you for sharing.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African, and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love, from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
This May, something beautiful is coming your way. Urban Women and Community Buzz are coming together to celebrate the strength of you, the women who carry it all.
If you're a widow or a single mom who is the sole provider, this is your moment.
We're selecting 50 incredible women for a special day filled with joy, appreciation, and love. Because you matter most.
To qualify, simply DM your story and date of birth on Instagram at Alansar Foundation. Proudly brought to you by Alansar Outreach.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theatre rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickfield Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
This is Zara Powell and I only listen to the Breakfast Rush.
Hussain, Hussain, Mola, Mola, Hussain, Hussain, Mola, Hussain, Hussain, Mola, Mola, Hussain, Hussain, Mola, Hussain Badshah, Hussain Shahenshah, Hussain Deen hai, Hussain Deepana, Hussain Deepana, Hussain Badshah, Hussain Shahenshah, Hussain Deen hai, Hussain Deepana, Hussain Deepana, Hussain Deepana, Hussain.
जान मांगो मैं दिल नहीं दूंगा,
जान मांगो मैं दिल नहीं दूंगा,
दिल ठिकाना मेरे हुसैन का है,
हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है, हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है,
जिसकी खातिर ये कायनात बनी,
जिसकी खातिर ये कायनात बनी,
ऐसा नाना मेरे हुसैन का है,
हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है, हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है।
ये जो काबा है तुम न समझोगे,
ये जो काबा है तुम न समझोगे,
घर पुराना मेरे हुसैन का है,
हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है, हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है। हुसैन बादशाह, हुसैन शहनशाह, हुसैन दीन है, हुसैन दीपना, हुसैन
रात से दिन जो ये निकलता है,
रात से दिन जो ये निकलता है,
मुस्कुराना मेरे हुसैन का है,
हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है, हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है।
तुम जिसे आसमां समझते हो,
तुम जिसे आसमां समझते हो,
शामियाना मेरे हुसैन का है,
हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है, हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है। हुसैन बादशाह,
कोई पूछे ये दौर किसका है, कोई पूछे ये दौर किसका है, कोई पूछे ये दौर किसका है, तुम बताना मेरे हुसैन का है। हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है, हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है। बोली ज़हरा ये आश्क दो मुझको, बोली ज़हरा ये आश्क दो मुझको, ये खजाना मेरे हुसैन का है। हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है, हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है। हुसैन बादशाह, हुसैन शहंशाह, हुसैन दीन है, हुसैन की पनाह, हुसैन उग रहा है जो बात कर वो भला, उग रहा है जो बात कर वो भला, दाना दाना मेरे हुसैन का है। हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है, हर ज़माना मेरे हुसैन का है। जिस जगह हुर बनाए जाते हैं, जिस जगह हुर बनाए जाते हैं, कारखाना मेरे हुसैन का है। हर ज़माना
Har Zamana. Farhan Ali Waris, the name of the artist on this recitation, this recording. It is your breakfast rush. Now, I do often see requests for audio that we play on air. And every time I see this request, we've got to say the same thing. We in the studio cannot send you audio. It is not possible for us in the studio to send you audio. You've got to get in touch with the office. You've got to say to them, I heard this on Nichal's show at 10 to 6 or 10 to 7 in the morning, and I would like a copy of it. And they will help you further from there. That is how that whole thing works. Okay? If there is a YouTube link of some sort that the guys have in studio, then yeah, they can send that to you. But that sort of thing does not happen on your breakfast rush. We don't play from sources that are not allowed. I know other presenters do it, and I'm just putting it out there that if there's a YouTube link, then they can send that to you. But we don't. So, yes, please get in contact with the office at 031-208-1601 and say to them, Tuesday, 10 to 7, I heard this on TBR. Can you please send me a recording? Or tell me where I can purchase it. One of the two. They'll help you with that. It's 10 to 7 now. Altaf Raouf is going to be joining us in just a moment on the program. Of course, later on the show, we'll speak about the abduction of some of the members from the Global Samud Flotilla by Israeli forces. Meant to have that conversation yesterday. Circumstances dictated that we couldn't, so we'll do it today. But in the meantime, KwaZulu-Natal has placed its disaster management structures on high alert following the escalation of severe weather warnings to level 6 in parts of the province. Authorities are preparing for heavy rainfall and possible flooding linked to an approaching cold front and cut-off low system. So the KZN MSc for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs said emergency coordination structures had been activated in response to the developing weather conditions. A severe level 4 thunderstorm a warning remains in place for the rest of the province, including eThekwini and the Midlands.
Outside of South Africa, air defences in the United Arab Emirates have intercepted missiles and incoming drone attacks from Iran. The UAE Ministry of Defence said late yesterday that it was intercepting ballistic missiles, cruise missiles and drones across the country. It later reported that 3 missiles have been intercepted, with a 4th falling into the sea. The strikes came as tension in the Gulf increased, with efforts to extend the ceasefire in the US-Israeli war on Iran having failed to make a breakthrough, and rhetoric remaining elevated on both sides as they face off regarding the blockades in the Strait of Hormuz.
It's, let's see, 7 minutes and counting to 7 this morning. Minister for Higher Education and Training, Buti Manamela, has placed the National Student Financial Aid Scheme under administration due to governance instability, audit failures, and operational breakdowns affecting student funding. Speaking during a media briefing yesterday in Pretoria, Manamela said NSFAS remains central to the country's democratic project as it enables access to higher education for students from poorer and working class households. He warned that instability at the entity had wider consequences beyond the institution itself. Personally, and this is, again I say personally, I think a full-on investigation into every single allocation for NSFAS is necessary. Every single individual that received any amount of money from NSFAS needs to be investigated.
And like 20 bodyguards per auditor.
Well, that, and, how many mattresses did you burn while taking the money? How many classes did you actually attend whilst taking the money? Where was the money spent? Was it spent on your education or catching a jolt on a Friday night? Which one was it? So an audit needs to be done in that way as well. Here's some, I don't want to say bad news, but not so positive. Not so positive. The South African motorist, you and I, we're facing a major blow at the pumps, with fuel prices set to surge sharply tonight. Tonight. It's not tomorrow, because at midnight tonight it goes. Petrol goes up by R3.27 per litre, while diesel sees an even steeper jump of just over R6 per litre. Spike is being driven by the higher global oil prices and a weaker rand, alongside adjustments to the levy. So you let us know, what's your reaction to the latest fuel price increases, and how do you plan on managing it? How do you plan on managing it? R3.27 per litre for petrol, just over R6 per litre for diesel. Let's remind ourselves that every single, well, mostly the trucks that deliver groceries to your stores and supermarkets and all of that, they're all using diesel. So at just over R6 per litre, an increase in transporting your cucumbers to the fridge would make the cucumber a bit more expensive.
This is actually frightening. It's like hypertension type of frightening.
Right. So I want to know, how do you feel about it? How are you going to manage it? What are we going to do as individuals? Are we going to stop just driving around? Are we going to start saying to family, hey, listen, let's do this get together via WhatsApp video call?
And
I'll stay at my house, you stay at yours.
We already had an increase.
Yeah.
That we still haven't found our way around,
Right.
And now this?
Oh, my. 2,150 rands and a whole 10 cents to fill up a tank, 75.7 litres of petrol.
And this
is before the increase.
Yeah.
Right? This is before the 6, because they're the diesel vehicle now. This is before the R6 per litre-ish increase. How are you going to manage? What are you going to do? What are the plans that you're making now to sort of prolong the use of the liquid in the tank in the car? I remember a long time ago, my dad used to say, well, listen, you got a heavy foot. You got a heavy right foot. You take a block of wood, like 2 centimeters square, right? You put it at the back of your accelerator pedal and you send a screw straight through. And you screw the block of wood to the bottom end of the pedal, so your pedal can't go further, It can only go that much. Your heavy foot can only go that far. So you're not using that much. I don't know. Would it help? Would that sort of thing help? Would just saying to yourself, okay, I need to drop the kids off. I need to get to work. We need to fetch the kids. We need to get them home.
Extramurals.
And really after that, because those are the necessities, after that, we got to decide, okay, what's the story now? Now, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
So,
some of us, you stop at the store every day or every second day for your essentials.
Make it a
Bread
store
and
that's
milk.
on your way.
Yeah.
Make it a store that's literally on the same road that you got to use anyway, so the detour is not that much.
We'll deal with the security guards.
Right.
It's fine.
Hey, Uber price is going to go up.
Yeah.
Taxi fares are going to go up.
Everything.
Your bus fares are going to go up. Everything's going up except what you're bringing in. Except that. Now remember, and the labor specialist is sitting in the studio, so he might just bail me out. And when I say you're not necessarily entitled to an increase in your salary. Whilst we say what's coming in isn't going up, realistically, that's the story. So 2 people have sent in this one here. Anonymous brother says, drop a brick in the tank like you would the toilet cistern. Why do you have a brick in your toilet cistern? And then somebody else comes back and says, we put a brick in the cistern to save water. Maybe we should put a brick in the fuel. Not going to help. Not going to help.
Have you rode a bicycle?
Hey, now you see, riding a bicycle would be a good idea if you would end up at your destination intact.
You don't even know if you'll end up at your destination in your vehicle in the times we live in.
That's another story. I know one of our colleagues here at Radio Al Ansar had a nasty experience over the weekend. Anyway, news coming up next.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Did you hear? Your favorite 24-hour dentist has moved? Crown Dental Studio, offering everything your smile needs, from general to cosmetic dentistry. Female practitioner now available upon request. Call us on 081 207 8621 to schedule your next appointment. Or visit our new studio at 26 McCuton Avenue, Durban North. Crown Dental Studio, your 24-hour dentist.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
We love the Breakfast Rush.
TBR, it is 90.4 FM in Durban, 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg. And I think the worst suggestion that had come through this morning is drive with your mother-in-law. I don't know how that's going to help you save fuel.
Confused.
Right? Says MH says drive with your mother-in-law. All will be sorted and she'll be
shorter
happy.
Distances? I don't
It is, yeah, you know. Anyway, Shiraz, Salaam alaikum, brother. He says, I think business owners need to think of their staff and how they feeling the pinch in the pocket as well, not only think of their businesses. You know, Shiraz, on one hand, that may be, you know, a good or decent idea. Business owners think of their employees feeling the pinch in their pockets. But at the same time, in order to sustain and maintain the business, expenses are going up, you know, on all other sides. So you're spending more money as a business owner. You're spending more money whether you like it or not, some way or the other. you're going to be doing that.
And then if you increase now, your pricing on everything, then you have your customers that might say, okay, I'm going to look somewhere else.
Abdul Khalik sends in a suggestion for Nazmeera Cassim. He says, imagine there's an egg between your foot and the accelerator. I've been driving scrambled eggs every day. Every day. Abu Bakr Khan, manual cars drive neutral when going downhill. All you're doing, Abu Bakr, is taking the cost of the petrol and putting it onto the timeline that is reducing on you replacing your brakes. That's all you're doing. Think about it. You're just transferring that money from the fuel tank to your discs and what have you for the braking system in your car.
I think that wooden piece of plank that you spoke of.
Yeah, it might be an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try it in your car first and we'll see. If it works there, then we will make a plan. Riding a bicycle or motorbike is very dangerous. Accidents, trucks and what have you, taxis that just knock over cyclists on the road. Well, that's one way to look at it.
Salams, government should consider online schooling and work from home so people can have food on the table. Amira, Jazakallah khair.
Amira, I just want to know, online schooling, do you remember COVID? Do you remember 2020 when nobody could go anywhere? And schools were sending work to be done at home. And the kids had to do it that way. Do you remember that? Did it work out the way that it was planned to have worked out?
And if you were to look at it realistically speaking, how many little ones have access to internet, to devices?
If you look at the broader picture, not just where we live and how we live, the broader picture, the answer to that question is not too many.
Agreed. A lot of little ones don't even have electricity or running water in their homes.
Salam's great show is always riding with the in-laws. First stop is the fuel stations. So Faisal, you're taking them on long drives, Faisal. Long drives. It's your breakfast rush. It's coming up for 5 minutes after 7. News is a bit delayed this morning. And that would be due to what's been going on the roads leading up to Al-Ansar. So you got that big intersection near the big mall down here where there's just piles and piles of sand on the road that is just causing an absolute problem with traffic. So Thabile Duma, I did see her walking into the building. I'm not sure if we're getting news now. She's looking at me like, Nish, what happened? Please post a pic of the rainbow. Okay, we'll try and make a plan for you. We'll try and get you a picture of that rainbow. There've been a few that were sent to the studio, to the station. We'll ask Mondli, if you can, just find one of those pictures, put it up on the WhatsApp so folks can see exactly what we were talking about this morning. Thabile Duma, good morning. How are you doing?
Not good.
Not good. Tell us what happened. Because Colonel Raouf is going to be listening in, and I'm pretty certain yesterday he said to us that all of that sand and what have you that's piled up on the road that's causing the traffic jam, all that sand's going to be moved away. And I'm pretty certain that it hasn't been moved away, and it's probably still causing that traffic jam that's gotten
you stuck. It's a bit better. If I lived here, then maybe it would have been better. But traffic starts from way Elumlazi.
You?
Then gets here. And I don't even have my glasses. So it's going to be a tough day.
This is going to be interesting. Oh, yeah, I tell you what, take a deep breath. It's a bit delayed, but here's your news.
The Breakfast Rush Main News Bulletin.
Making news at 7, Department of Public Works and Infrastructure Minister Dean McPherson launched the first pilot project on the Working on Infrastructure plan in Durban yesterday, vowing to eradicate corruption within the expanded public works program and create genuine pathways to permanent employment. Good morning, I'm Thabile Duma. Department of Public Works and Infrastructure Minister Dean McPherson launched the first pilot project of the Working on Infrastructure plan in Durban yesterday, vowing to eradicate corruption within the expanded Public Works program and create genuine pathways to permanent employment. Joining him were KZN DPWI MEC Martin Meyer and Free State DPWI MEC Dipolelo Mantse, the Chief Executive Officers of Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator, the National Business Initiative and the Construction Industry Development Board. McPherson said the pilot project is a response to the EPWP listening tours, where they heard many stories, including those of hope and despair. McPherson said the pilot project addresses South Africa's unemployment crisis and infrastructure maintenance needs by connecting young job seekers with the installation, repair and maintenance of public assets like schools, clinics and government offices. The MK Party says that the meeting between the leader of Umkhonto weSizwe Party, Jacob Zuma, and Kali Kriel, the leader of AfriForum in Durban last week, would not see the party deviating from its radical and pro-black policies. After the meeting, Kriel, a senior leader of the AfriForum, issued a statement describing the meeting as constructive and announced that more meetings would follow. According to Kriel, the meeting discussed the value of mother tongue in education, the promotion of a mutual recognition and a respect between cultural communities, agricultural development in traditional communities, and Section 235 of the African Constitution. This section of the Constitution deals with the rights of communities with common cultural values and language. In his statement on the outcomes of the meeting, Kriel said that as a civil society organization, his group remained outside of the party politics and would work for the next generation rather than the next election. In more news, 7 people were killed and several others injured in a horrific collision between a minibus taxi and a bus on a busy Eastern Cape route yesterday in what authorities described as a devastating road crash, now under investigation. Transport Department spokesperson Unati Bingose said that the crash happened around 6 a.m. when a fully loaded minibus taxi carrying workers from KwaNobuhle towards town allegedly attempted a U-turn directly in front of an oncoming Algoa bus, which had only the driver on board at the time. The impact struck the driver's side of the taxi, leaving a scene of destruction and chaos along the way. Bingose said a total of 18 people were attended to on the scene. 2 sustained serious injuries, while others suffered varying degrees of injuries and were transported to nearby medical facilities for treatment. The Pretoria High Court has found Antoinette Maritz, aged 37, from Petite guilty of the premeditated murder of her partner Wayne Henderson, along with attempted murder of his mother. She was also found guilty of robbery with aggravating circumstances and defeating the ends of justice after hearing detailed and damning evidence against her. On the 15th of April last year, her co-accused Johan Georgia Pratt received a 30-year direct prison sentence after reaching a plea and sentencing agreement with the state. National Prosecuting Authority spokesperson Lumka Mahanjana said on arrival, Maritz opened the gate and allowed Pratt to enter through the window at the back of the house. This set in motion a deadly chain of events inside the Cederberg home that she shared with the victim and his mother. The court heard how, on the night of the 5th of November in 2023, Maritz had called her ex-boyfriend Pratt to the house before leading him to Henderson's room. They said that Pratt began to assault the deceased and stab him multiple times on his body while he slept. And finally, Amnesty International has accused a rebel group in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo of mass war crimes and crimes against humanity. In a damning new report published yesterday, the rights group said that the Allied Democratic Forces was behind multiple cases of murder, abductions of forced labor and marriage, sexual abuse of women and girls, and exploitation of children. The ADF has been involved in a years-long military campaign against the central authorities in Kinshasa and pledged allegiance to ISIL. The ADF largely operates in the eastern DRC near the Ugandan border and has for years been in conflict with the government's armed forces of the Democratic Republic of Congo, along with the UN mission MONUSCO. Repeated ADF attacks have led to mass displacements in parts of the DRC and limited the population's access to healthcare, food and education. Taking a look at financial indicators, the rand to the US dollar is trading at 16 rands and 80 cents, to the euro at 19 rands and 63 cents, to the pound at 22 rands and 70 cents. The Saudi Riyal is at 4 rands and 49 cents. Gold is trading at $4,530.60 an ounce, while Brent crude oil is trading at $112.93 a barrel. That's it for now. I will be back with your headlines at 7:30. For Radio Alansar News, I'm Thabile at Duma.
When is the last time you ate a bunny chow?
Oh, it's been a while.
It really?
Yes.
We still live in Durban, right?
I do.
Right. But bunny chow's not on the menu.
Not often.
Not often.
Yes.
The last time you ate a bunny chow, what was left in the plate?
Nothing. Bones.
The bones.
Yes.
Just
a live lamb.
Right.
So it was just the bones.
So the salad disappeared.
Yep.
All the bread disappeared.
Yep.
You chowed down as much of the gravy as you could
I
as well.
felt guilty for finishing the bread.
Why? That you're supposed to do
You're
that.
not supposed to consume much of the white
Is
bread,
it?
especially.
This is health reasons now?
Yes,
Oh, okay,
health
okay.
reasons.
All
It doesn't
right.
happen all the
That's why I felt
time.
guilty.
So I had the opportunity this weekend to take my family out and get a couple of bunny chows.
Why are you doing this to us? It's cold
No, I'm doing this
outside.
exactly. It's comfort food, right?
Yeah.
And for me, there was a little bit of salad left over and a couple of, as you said, a couple of the bones.
Yeah.
My son wiped the plate clean.
How
Good boy. That's the way it's supposed to be done.
Now he looks at me and he says, "But isn't this how you're supposed to do it?"
Agreed.
And I'm thinking to myself, look at this fella, man. Look at this fella.
Breakfast rush traffic.
Must have been a good bunny
It
chow.
was a good bunny chow. Colonel Raouf, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much. Peter Maslow getting lashed at the moment with heavy rain. So if you are in that area, please be careful. Coming out of Peter Maslow towards Camperdown, Lions Park as well. Rain's quite heavy. It's starting to rain in Durban now as well. Roads are getting wet. You need to be extra cautious. Slow down. Increase your following distances. Make sure your headlights are working. Before you leave home, make sure wipers are working, please. If you're on the N2 going north now, this is travelers forecast as well. Just Peter Thief, you got a truck and a car involved in an accident. So the road is completely obstructed. There will be delays in the vicinity. Just allow for extra traveling time, please. If you are traveling on the N2 towards Peter Maslow, just after Market Road interchange, you have a truck broken down in the fast lane. Traffic is backing up. So please just be aware. As you're approaching, traffic is going to be slow moving in that vicinity. That's as you approach Peter Maslow. Now, there's quite a big fire on Chilton Drive, Sierra State. So it looks like to me, I don't know if it's protest action or what, but it looks like, blood that's burning, but it's quite a big fire. So fire department has been notified. They're on their way there to deal with it. Hopefully that will be sorted out soon, and traffic will start flowing in that vicinity again. So a bit of slow-moving traffic now on the N2 northbound coming towards the City Junction. On the southbound carriageway as well, between Amstanga and Amstoti, slow-moving. The Southern Freeway coming into Durban as well is slow-moving. Now you'll find some police cars on the Southern Freeway. They're doing a cleanup. So there's nothing actually happening. They're cleaning up the side of the road with all the people sleeping on the freeway. So Southern Freeway is slow-moving, coming into the city center, taking the Victoria Embankment off them. You're traveling on South Coast Road as well as you're approaching the M7. Traffic is congesting. It's going northbound. Just allow for extra traveling time, please. That's your second update.
Thank you very much, Colonel Raouf. Much appreciated. Have yourself a lovely morning. We'll catch up with you in 15 minutes. We're running out of time this morning. Just looking over at what we've got to do. Still, National Health Insurance is in your headlines again, the NHI. It's in their headlines again. And today the Constitutional Court will be hearing the first in a series of court cases against the implementation of the National Health Insurance Scheme. We'll talk about that with our resident attorney, Altaf Raouf, in just a moment. But now's a good time to remind you that if you want to be a winner with the Cellular City Group of Vodacom stores, now is when you send us a message on WhatsApp saying exactly that. I want to win with Vodacom. So the Cellular City Group of Vodacom stores now turning its attention into education with Upper Nazmeera with regard to Hajj. And if you think you can answer 3 questions, I think they're very easy. 3 questions.
Incredibly easy.
Incredibly easily.
You can phone I don't know, half asleep, you will still get 3 out of 3.
Really?
It's a giveaway.
It's a giveaway.
They just want to take this mysterious prize and say, there you go. If your name comes up on Zach's wheel, come this Friday.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
This Eid al-Adha, donate your Qurbani through Africa Muslims Agency. Our Qurbani program empowers local farmers, providing training and a sustainable income. We educate communities on the rights of Hajj and Udhiyah and uplift them with the gift of nourishing meat. Sponsor in South Africa, Sudan, Gaza and more. Prices start at 2,000 Rand per share. Donate your Qurbani with Africa Muslims Agency and let your sacrifice bring empowerment, education and inspiration.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest and presenters of Radio Al Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
There's a Bengal tiger on your screen. This kitty, gorgeous. OMG. Wow. Those waterfalls and features. I have no idea where Zach is finding all of these beautiful images, but I'm pretty certain they're from Planet Earth. Today, the Constitutional Court will be hearing the first in a series of court cases against the implementation of the National Health Insurance Scheme. The scheme has been in the works for ages, with the government pushing it through at various levels. Civil society and a number of organizations are challenging its implementation. Altaf assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Wa alaikum salam, assalamu alaikum to listeners.
How are you doing this morning?
Oh, good, how are you doing?
Lovely, all dressed for court, I see, so busy morning for you and a bit earlier than normal as well.
Yeah, it's another High Court day, so...
Aye, there we go. What is today's case about? And I'm talking not about your one, I'm talking about the NHI.
So today the Constitutional Court's going to hear a challenge to the implementation of the NHI. Now, today's matter deals specifically with the public participation process, or perhaps lack thereof. And depending on the outcome of this particular case today, other cases may follow depending on the outcome.
Why is the public participation process being challenged?
Okay. So, if you think about it, the NHI is a far-reaching law that literally affects every single person. I mean, no person goes through their life without needing health care at some point.
Yes.
Right? Now, the greater the impact of a law, the greater the degree of public participation that is required.
Right.
You know, this is a well-established constitutional court jurisprudence. There's a lot of case law on it, where proper public participation is needed for the creation of laws, and essentially it's a constitutional imperative that a proper public participation process should have occurred.
Look, there's various courts in South Africa, you know, from your magistrate's court all the way up. Why is this matter being heard at the Constitutional Court?
So the Constitutional Court is the highest court of the land. The matter of public participation is essentially a constitutional matter, because the question is whether the public participation process as conducted is in line with the required constitutional imperatives. And the Constitutional Court is the highest authority in these matters, so might as well be heard by the Constitutional Court directly and have it over and done with.
Now, what about the various other challenges that have been brought against the NHI?
So I know there's various bodies that have brought challenges against the NHI. You've got your civil society groups. I know your board of healthcare funders, your medical aids. There's a whole lot of challenges. Essentially, at this point, all of these matters have sort of been consolidated and put into a roll. And this public participation process is the first one that's going to be heard. Depending on the outcome of this, the others may follow.
So what happens if the public participation process is deemed insufficient by the Constitutional Court?
Essentially, the passing of the law would be set aside. It would be sent back to Parliament. And depending on the wording of the order issued, you're probably going to get an order directing Parliament to conclude a greater or more inclusive public participation process.
Now, what happens if it is deemed that the public participation process was sufficient?
So, in this particular case, what's going to happen is you're simply going to move on to the other cases. I mean, there's this whole list of challenges that have been lined up.
Yes.
If the public participation is deemed sufficient, we just move on to the next one.
To the next
in the
one.
list. Yeah.
All right. Final question. When will the court hand down its ruling in this matter?
Most likely not today. I can say with 99% certainty
Not today.
you won't get a ruling today. The Constitutional Court almost always reserves judgment, and then you get a properly penned judgment that's signed off by all the judges that gets sent out a couple of months down the line once a properly drafted order is ready.
Why is this? Why is it so important to society that the NHI is being challenged? What are we finding? Obviously, public participation, one of them, but what are we finding difficult to swallow, so to speak?
Well, look, I can't really speak for others, but I can speak for myself. You know, when the NHI was passed, I remember I came in and we specifically did a segment of the NHI.
Yes.
And one of my personal gripes with the NHI is that you have the Department of Health, and then the NHI sort of sets up a parallel Department of Health.
Right.
Because if you look at the Act, there's all these different committees and boards and forums that need to be created. It creates a completely parallel management structure and employment structure. You know, you're going to have the primary Department of Health, and then you're going to have your NHI structure. And to me, it's essentially a duplication of work.
Right. So if they fix that, it would kind of work out better for you, in your mind.
Perhaps if that is fixed, I'd be more open to the idea.
There we go.
But as things stand, I simply see it as jobs for pals. It honestly, to me, is just another employment process.
And that's one of the things that we have to do because of our very, very high unemployment rate. It's create more work. But anyway, that's taking it in a whole different direction. Altaf, as always, how do our listeners get a hold of you?
You can drop me an email, altaaf@raooflaw.co.za. Give it to you again, altaaf@raooflaw.co.za. Depending how busy I am, it might take a day or two to get back to you, but you will get a response.
So if you send him an email now, I'm telling you, if you're watching like on YouTube, right, you're going to see he's dressed for court. So he's not going to respond to your email immediately. Might be way later on today or tomorrow morning. Depends. Altaf, drive safe and all the best in your appearance today.
Wa alaikum salam.
25 after 7. Somebody's phone is going to be ringing in the next 2 minutes to play with the Cellular City group of Vodacom stores. It could be yours.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Free health screening and health education day. Al-Ansar Foundation Outreach in collaboration with IMA Clinics presents a wellness support program for our communities. Saturday, 23rd May 2026. Time from 8:30 a.m. right until 1 p.m. at the Al-Ansar Community Hall, 189 West Road, Overport. Snacks will be provided. RSVP to radio@alansar.org.za or 083-669-4496.
At Absa Islamic Banking, we get that the first lessons about money are never just about money.
2, 3, 400.
And what do we do with it?
We save some and we give some.
That's my boy. They're about responsibility, generosity, principles, and banking that honors your values. Get an Islamic youth account for your children, plus discounted banking for your spouse with Ultimate Islamic Banking. Apply online. Your story matters. ABSA. T's and C's apply. ABSA is an authorized financial services and credit provider.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
My name is Rabia Parker. I'm from Western Cape, Cape Town.
I'm Colton. I'm from Cape Town.
Nakira, Cape Town. My favorite radio station is Radio Al-Ansar.
We love the Breakfast Rush.
This feature on the Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, the Workshop Durban, Megacity, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0.
So everybody that sent through messages on WhatsApp now got their phones in their hand. They sit in like, okay, please ring, because Upper Nazmeera has gone grade 0 with the questions. They're looking at the phone and they're going, come on, ring. All right, somebody's phone's ringing. Is it you?
How's your phone? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam. Who are we speaking with?
It's Mariam Bibi.
Mariam Bibi, this is Nichal and Nazmeera from the Breakfast Rush of Radio Al-Ansar. Alhamdulillah. Good to hear you this morning.
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
So, from Mariam's profile picture, I am already convinced that she'll get 3
She's
out
got
of
all
3.
the answers.
Inshallah. Mariam, are you ready?
Inshallah.
Ameen. Let's go. Bismillah. So, Hajj takes place during a specific month in the Islamic calendar. True or false?
True.
Non-baligh children are required to perform Hajj. True or false?
False.
Pilgrims perform Hajj to strengthen their faith and seek forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. True or false?
True.
And that's all.
I didn't know the answer to the middle question. I didn't. Mariam, help me really quickly. Naz, ask the question again, the middle one.
Non-baligh children are required to perform Hajj. True or false?
Right, so Mariam, the help that I need is like, what does non-baligh mean?
Minor children.
They're not major children, they're minor children. Because major children you find working in offices.
Children that haven't reached the age of puberty.
Gee, they haven't reached the age of puberty.
Jazakallah. Tell you what, 3 out of 3 puts your name on the wheel for Friday and you get yourself a mystery prize from the Cellular City Group of Companies.
Jazakallah.
Ameen.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
That was too easy.
It was, but that was the prerequisite.
To make it too
Cellular
easy.
City Group of Vodacom Store said,
Yeah.
we just want to give it away. And that's what we're doing.
Like that?
Like that. Do's and don'ts of Hajj. 3 questions, true or false. You're already in the game.
Look, there's so many of you that have sent through messages saying, I want to win with Vodacom. I want to win with Vodacom. I want you to keep sending these messages every day because you'll never know. It could be you that's selected to play next here with the Cellular City Group of Vodacom stores and, of course, the Breakfast Rush on Radio Al-Ansar. Now, before we get to anything else, got your news headlines lined up, by the way. Accident, M4 near the stadium. You're driving towards Mshlanga. M4 near the... Which stadium's near the M4? On the M4? There?
The elephant.
Yes, the elephant one. Okay, cool. Done. So there's an accident M4 near the stadium driving toward Mshlanga. There's a very specific message that I'm looking for before Thabile goes on. Because on YouTube, there was a sister, I believe her name was either Fatima or Rabia, one of the two, that sent through a message for Thabile. She says, and I'll put it on screen really quickly, says, love the way Thabile reads the news. Even being late doesn't faze her. Lovely yellow jacket on a cool day. So that was one. I saw another one. What poise. Thabile reading the news. Immaculate. Wahima, on behalf of Thabile, thank you. She's like sending you big hearts. There you go. There
And
you,
that
if you're watching
smile
YouTube
on her face speaks volumes.
No, the smile is big on Mondli's face. You check.
Mondli just wrote increase
the peace.
This feature on The Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, the Workshop Durban, Mega City, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Santon 2.0 Vodacom shop. For smartphones, laptops, routers, asset insurance, gaming, IoT, payment platforms, and the latest gadgets to always keeping you in the forefront of innovation and technology. Home and business internet to ensure that you have the best connection. Plug and play home internet to fully installed fiber. Our infrastructure provides a resilient platform for your critical business applications, which will help your business perform best. Vodacom shop at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0 Westwood Mall, The Bluff, the Workshop Durban, Umlazi Mega City, Bridge City Kwamashu, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Santon 2.0.
The Breakfast Rush News Headlines.
Making news at the bottom of the hour, the South African Weather Service has warned of extreme conditions and widespread flooding in many parts of the country. Level 6 and 8 warnings are in place in the Western Cape, Eastern Cape and KwaZulu-Natal. Former ANC spokesperson Bulemabe and several co-accused are back in the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court today. And finally, a ceasefire between Iran and the United States was teetering yesterday as the two countries traded fire over the strategic Strait of Hormuz, and the United Arab Emirates reported attacks for the first time since the truce was declared nearly a month ago. That's it for now. For Radio Al-Ansar News, I'm Thabile Duma.
Thank you very much, Thabile Duma. Let's get into a last look at traffic for this morning if you're on the roads.
Breakfast Rush Traffic.
Colonel Raouf, assalamu alaikum, welcome back.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Look like Marigo reading the news, you know.
She's gone, she didn't hear you. She left the studio as soon as the news was done. So I'm not going to say too much about that. There's a very, very pretty flowers. Anywho, what's happening on the roads?
I'm listening to thunder. I haven't seen lightning yet, but it's raining. The thunder is rolling. So looks like very heavy rains are coming. It's starting to rain already. The roads are wet. They're going to get slippery. It hasn't rained for a while. So all that oil that's been dropping from cars and so forth is now going to start coming up. Roads are going to get slippery. So you need to slow down, put your headlights on. Just make sure that you are extra following distances between you and the car in front of you. Peter Masburg getting lashed at the moment with quite heavy rains. Out of Peter Masburg going towards Moy River as well. Hilton going up Town Hill. Camper down, so forth. Just be aware if you are traveling. Make sure, please, that your wipers are working properly and people can see you. I've been traveling this morning on N3, just up St. James Avenue, left-hand lane obstructed. Got a truck broken down, just past the pavilion. So there will be delays in the vicinity. Allow for extra traveling time with you. We've got bi-directional roadworks on the N2 between Komaki and Oxloti. There's slow-moving traffic in the vicinity as well. Just allow for extra traveling time. You spoke about the accident on the M4 going towards Mhlanga, so I don't want to repeat that. The people are aware of it. It's your final update.
Thank you, Colonel. Have yourself a beautiful day. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Member of the South African Palestine Movement Executive Committee and the KZN coordinator for the coal embargo campaign, Yeshlin Govender, expected on the show today, talking about members of the Global Sumud flotilla captured by Israeli forces in a bit.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
At the new Checkers Saxony Westwood, you'll find everything from our signature steakhouse classic cuts, expertly aged and ready for the braai. Try something exclusive like our Simple Truth certified lamb, responsibly sourced, free range and raised without added growth hormones or promoters. Checkers Saxony Westwood, butchery, bakery and deli, certified by the NIHT.
Qurbani is an act of worship, a sacrifice made for the sake of Allah. But for some families, it may be the only time all year they are able to have meat. This Eid, your Qurbani can reach them. From just 1,300 Rand, you can provide Qurbani meat to families in over 30 countries. Make your Qurbani count. Give Qurbani, give love with Islamic relief.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Hi, my name is Raya from Dubai and I listen to the Breakfast Rush Radio Al-Ansar.
जावा सदके कलमे वाले तो सोने उम्मत दे रखवाले तो जावा सदके कलमे वाले तो सोने उम्मत दे सोने उम्मत दे सोने उम्मत दे रखवाले तो नबी नूरी ताजा वाले तो पढ़ो ला ऐसे डूबते बेड़े तारे ने ऐसे कलमे दे कम नियारे ने ऐसे डूबते बेड़े तारे ने सानू दसिया सानू दसिया नबी प्यारे ने पढ़ो ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह करबल विच कटाया सिर करबल विच कटाया दस चढ़ कुरान सुनाया ऐ कलमा हुसैन बचाया विरद पुकारेगा रब उसते करम कमावेगा जेड़ा कलमे दा विरद पुकारेगा रब उसते करम कमावेगा मी रहमत दा बरसावेगा पढ़ो ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह पढ़ो ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह या मुहम्मद पाक हुसैन को लो शाह हुसैन दी ज़ैनब बैन को लो पूछ कलमे दी कदर हुसैन को लो शाह हुसैन दी ज़ैनब बैन को लो या मौला अली दे चैन को लो.
The Rao Brothers on your breakfast rush this morning. It's 17 to 8, and just watching all of these beautiful images that are coming across international destinations that Zach's been putting onto your YouTube for the show this morning. And, you know, Zach, grab a microphone, man. I have to ask. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Wa alaikum salam. I'm good. How are you?
What? I'm good. I'm wondering what goes through your mind. Exactly, Cyprus, right? What goes through your mind when you're sitting down and you're thinking, okay, tomorrow morning, this is what I'm putting on the show?
I'm not gonna lie, it happens on the spot.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, sometimes I do think and plan, okay, maybe tomorrow. It just depends on the vibe and the theme of the show.
Yeah.
Also, I would say the inspiration, right? How
yeah,
you
and the inspiration.
So Brother Zakaria would leave his name out of, you know, the credit list for the show, this, that, and the other. But Hussein, if I'm reading your name correctly, Hussein says, Salam's TBR, loving the Nath Nasheed or Nasheeds and the scenic views. So all of these images that you're seeing now, this is Bulgaria that's on the screen at the moment. Beautiful images coming through. I'm going to think that there's a travel agency that would be able to hook up travel to these various different parts of the world that would say,
no way,
we'd like to sponsor these images and videos coming through.
And take the breakfast rush
to the next level. Right, here we go. 7:45 now. Talking about travel, this one maybe not such a positive story, but a story that needs the attention, global attention. Tensions continue to rise following the interception of the global Samud flotilla, a civilian-led mission attempting to deliver humanitarian aid to Gaza and challenge Israel's long-standing naval blockade. Israeli forces intercepted multiple vessels in international waters near Greece, detaining about 175 activists from across the globe. While the majority of those detained were later transferred to Crete and released, 2 activists remain in Israeli custody. The detention has sparked international concern, with several governments and human rights organizations questioning the legality of the operation and alleging mistreatment of detainees. Here at home, the South African Palestine movement has added its voice, calling for the immediate release of those still being held and raising broader concerns about international law, humanitarian access, and the ongoing crisis in Gaza. We're joined now by Nichal Sarawan, member of the South African Palestine Movement Executive Committee and the KZN coordinator for the Global Embargo Campaign, to unpack these developments. Nichal, good morning. Thank you for joining us on YouTube as well, and welcome to the Breakfast Rush.
Good morning to you. Good morning to your listeners. Pleasure to be here.
Let's get started with your reaction. What was your immediate response when news broke of the flotilla being intercepted and activists detained?
To be very honest, we were not surprised that there was an interception. What was surprising was where it took place and how soon along the journey this took place. The point of interception we're talking about, where Israeli forces actually intercepted this flotilla, is more than 1,000 kilometers from any land that Israel actually attempts to claim. There has never been an interception of a flotilla at this distance from what is called Israel. And what we are saying is that it was a very shocking and it was a very surprising thing to happen. These were international waters. And there was absolutely no reason or excuse for Israeli forces to be present in that area or to attack the flotilla in the manner in which they did.
So, we understand that most activists have been released, but 2 remain in custody currently. What concerns does your organization have specifically about those still detained?
Well, the two advocates the two activists you're referring to, Saif and Tiago, and they are actually among the leading organizers of the flotilla. So it was clear that the Israeli detention, the abduction of these 2 activists, was an attempt to derail the flotilla's organization, as well as an attempt to secure whatever information these 2 activists have in their heads. Now, we have security protocols during interceptions where activists are required to throw away their phones. So it's impossible for the Israelis to get electronic information from devices. So the only way they can get information is from the people. They've kept 2 of our senior leaders in custody. Those leaders made an appearance in a court this week, and where the detention was extended for 2 more days. Eyewitness reports, and if you look at the footage from that court appearance, that's going to show you that these 2 activists have been heavily assaulted already. There's a report from the Brazilian embassy that Tiago Avila has suffered damage to his left eye, and if it's not treated soon, it could result in a permanent loss of vision in that eye. We've not got further reports about Saif, but the issue with Saif is that he is actually Palestinian holding Spanish citizenship. And we have distinct fears that Saif in particular is going to be subjected to some of the worst torture that the Israelis can actually perpetrate because of his Palestinian background. And that's one source of concern. And the other thing is that the Israelis feel so threatened by the flotilla. They'll attempt and intercept thousands of miles away, abduct people, torture them in front of witnesses. So we are really worried about what's happening when there's no witnesses on site with our comrades.
Enforcing a lawful naval blockade, but critics argue this interception happened in international waters. From your perspective, does this violate international law?
Definitely. There's no doubt about it. Israel carries it's referred to as what's called extraterritorial jurisdiction. Israel has no extraterritorial jurisdiction which allows it to operate in international waters. In fact, this entire operation in international waters was illegal. And the very fact that countries aren't speaking out more strongly about it is infuriating to people like us. This was an unarmed humanitarian civilian initiative which was attacked by a country's armed forces, and we are getting increasing evidence that at least 20 other countries helped the Israelis to plan this attack, including the Americans.
Participants
as provocateurs or linked them to militant group. How do you respond to this narrative?
That's, I'm sorry, it's just too ridiculous of a narrative for us to, no, we will take it seriously because people raise it. But I will say it is ridiculous. Not a single search of any of the flotillas intercepted over the past few years has resulted in any weapons being found on it. You'll find baby formula, sanitary products, food, medical supplies, no weapons there. So don't accuse the flotilla of being a group of sympathizers simply because they actually have the strength or the courage to step up where governments and institutions are failing to intervene. There's no terrorist link here. These are humanitarians.
We've seen countries like Spain and Brazil speak out. Do you think there's enough global pressure being applied on Israel right now?
No, there isn't. Countries can speak out. They can make statements. That's fine. And we appreciate the statements of support that they've made. But if you want true pressure, where does it come from? It's economic pressure. It's the embargoes, sanctions, boycotts. Stop playing with Israeli teams. Stop inviting Israeli celebrities and singers to your countries to perform. Don't go to their country and perform. Don't play their sports teams. That's proper pressure. Cutting off trade with Israel, including in the case of South Africa, we must stop our coal trade with Israel. That is essential. We're now supplying close to, the last estimates are saying that we might be supplying more than 80% of Israel's coal supply. But that is true pressure. True pressure is not from statements.
Thank you for your time this morning and bringing this very valuable information to the listeners of Radio Al Ansar, and wish you and your team the best in your work.
Thank you, and thank you for hosting me. I do appreciate the opportunity to pass on our message here.
And a message well received as well. That was Yeshlan Govender, member of the South African Palestine Movement Executive Committee and the KZN coordinator for the coal embargo campaign. Scenes that you're watching on YouTube right now, courtesy of The Star. Zach's putting up images of the members, if you will, of the flotilla that was most recently released into countries like Crete and that. Of course, among these images, you're not going to see Saif Abu Keshek, who's, as you've just heard, holding Palestinian, but holding Spanish citizenship, and Brazilian Thiago Avila. There you go. Scary is a very small word to use. Devastating, obviously, for the family members of these two that are finding information now coming through of abuse, of torture. The Brazilian Thiago Avila now with the potential to lose eyesight in one of his eyes because of damage that has been done. One can only imagine what they're going through.
The love that these incredible individuals must have to just be the change they want to see, knowing that all of these possibilities could happen, but you still take that step because you want to see the change and because you see the destruction on a daily basis.
And all we can ask is that you make dua, you keep these people in your du'as as you go through your day, today and every day. We'll close up your breakfast rush after these messages.
Brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love, from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
You are listening to The Breakfast Rush with Nazmeera Cassim and Nichal Sarawan.
This hadith is sponsored by Ashraful Aid, International Humanitarian Organization.
حديث أدي قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من لم يشكر الناس لم يشكر الله. He who does not thank people cannot thank Allah. We should always thank those who help us. We may give them a gift or write a note to show our thanks. We should always be thankful to Allah who provides all our needs. Always be grateful to your parents because you enjoyed the most favors from them.
This hadith is sponsored by Ashraful Aid, International Humanitarian Organization.
Are you looking for a meaningful way to fulfill your zakat obligation? Look no further than Ashraful Aid. With our trusted track record, your zakat reaches those who need it the most in the most honorable and dignified manner. Visit our website at www.ashrafulaid.org.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
سامعا رجائي ضاقت بي الدنيا عاثت بي الأحزان والهم أضناني ما عاد لي حبيب لا كف ترعاني يا الله أدعوك يا الله أرجوك يا الله ما لي سواك ورضاك يا الله ما لي سواك يا عالما بعيوبي بالستر تغمرها يا رب من لذنوبي إلاك يغفرها يا ربي يا حليم انظر لأحوالي حاشاك يا عظيم أن ترفض سؤالي يا الله أدعوك يا الله أرجوك يا الله ما لي سواك يا الله رحمك يا الله ورضاك يا الله ما لي سواك يا نور هذا الكون كل البلاء يهون يا عالما بالحال وتقول كن فيكون.
Mahir Zain, unmistakable voice of Mahir Zain. It's your breakfast rush. This is Radio Al Ansar. As we come to the end of the show this morning, we've got to remind you of those very important salah times.
On the 17th of Dhul Qa'dah, 14:47, Zohar 2 minutes to 12, Asr 42 minutes past 3 this afternoon, Maghrib 22 minutes past 5 this evening, and Isha inshallah will be at 20 to 7 tonight. Have a lovely Tuesday. Please don't forget to fill your tanks and be the best version of you.
Save that R3.27 per litre if you're driving a petrol-powered vehicle. It's 8 o'clock. It's time for your main news bulletin coming through from Johannesburg. I'm Nichal Sarawan. You do good, be good. Have an amazing, amazing day.
It's the first major economy to offer unilateral zero tariffs treatment to Africa. Radio Islam interviewed Wits Business School's Professor Janine Rousseau about what he makes of this move by China. Is it trying to seize the opportunity, especially in light of the U.S. being very